killed those thugs. We killed those thugs who stole the tech from Capsule Corp, and then to explain why 723 wasn't doing anything, Zen was not Zen. Was so pissed at what the thugs did that he had to hit. He just had to hit the closest thing to him, which was 723's face.
Wow.
And just instantly knocked him out. He was out cold for the whole rest of the session. So then, after that happened, we had the idea that since Soulfire bought capsules from Capsule Corp before, but he didn't remember where, he was with his master, Master Moostar, back then, so he wanted to try to find him again, so that they could find where Capsule Corp was. So he tried to sense for him, even started flying in the air, trying to sense for his energy. Well, he didn't find him, but there was something in a red aura flying towards us, and it was some sort of android shark-looking thing.
Oh, great. Here it goes.
Called Gamma. And Gamma showed up and thought that we stole the technology, and we tried to tell him, no, we didn't. We got it back, and he didn't believe us. So instead of continuing to... no, he did believe us. That's right, because Soulfire rolled a nat 20. So he did believe us, but he still asked that we come back with him to Capsule Corp.
Oh, boy.
And instead of doing that, Zen just flew up and tried to punch him, which did absolutely nothing.
Oh, boy.
So instead of going with him, or, trying to do anything somewhat sensible, Zen took out his weird mask and put it on, which covered his body in dark aura and, red sparks of electricity. And this time, when he punched Gamma, Gamma was flung through 4 mountains, destroying 3 of them. We followed Gamma to see where he went and to see if he was still alive, which he was, but he had a gaping hole in his chest. And he was gonna fight us again, but we came up and we just told him, alright, yeah, where's Capsule Corp? And he said, why would I tell you, especially after what you just did? You could destroy it. And Zen was just like, well, we don't have a reason to destroy it. And surprisingly enough, we rolled a high enough charisma roll for Gamma to just be like, okay, fine, I'll take you, but I'm watching you. So...
Let's be honest, though. Is 723 dead, considering he's been dangling from Soulfire?
No. Okay. Surprisingly not.
Especially after Soulfire's been flying in the air with him just dangling.
Good lord, dude. Sounds like a lot, man.
He's fine. He's fine. So we went to Capsule Corp, and once we got there, we saw the owner of Capsule Corp, the founder, Bulma, as well as her head scientist, the one who created Gamma, Dr. Hedo. And he also created Beta, who is Hunter's character, who escaped from the lab and just kind of joined our group because he's kind of a pain in the ass for Hedo to deal with. And Hedo was like, you know what, he could use some field testing and also to get him out of my hair for a little bit. So, yeah, can you take him with you? And we were just like, yeah, sure. So we explained to Bulma, who was not fazed by any of our characters, by the way, and she knew that Zen was a Saiyan, despite Zen not telling her, and she knew that Simbasa was a Namekian, despite him not telling her. So she is not fazed by them whatsoever, and she even said she might have someone who can help us. And the session ends with her calling someone, and that someone arriving, that someone being another Namekian, like Simbaso, though he is a lighter tone of green, and she called him Piccolo.
Piccolo.
It's the instrument, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I used to say.
Where the hell my boy Oboe at?
Hey, where's Trombone?
I think there actually is one called Trombone.
Fucking
you know what? Just
bass
before we
flute.
start, I want to
contra
see
flute.
The tromboner.
I'm checking to see, is there a character called Trombone? There isn't.
Oh, you gotta change that, Corey.
Oh, I will.
Oh God!
All right.
Please
Yeah.
help.
Yep. We're going to meet Trombone later. Anyway, so start back. Piccolo arrives, and he's looking at our group here. His expression looks to be a mix of just like annoyance and also just he looks like he has like just seen our exact group of characters before and like he's just kind of done with this shit. He's got his arms folded. Now, at this moment is when 723 regains consciousness. So, he's currently flung over the shoulder of Soulfire. He's got no idea what happened since they killed the thugs. So, as his eyes slowly open and his vision returns, he sees that, well, he's looking down at grass. And as he tilts his head, he sees a big dome-shaped building that goes up into a skyscraper. It looks like it's like two skyscrapers connected on top of each other. And then he sees, he sees everyone. He sees Zen. He sees Simbasso. Of course, he sees he's flung over Soulfire's shoulder. But then he also sees a weird shark robot thing and another green slug guy, though he's wearing a turban for some reason.
I think I'm gonna go back to sleep.
Oh,
Alright.
you're awake. Oh, 723. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you might have died.
I thought he was
like
dead. Well, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
surprised you're not dead because you've been dangling upside down. I'm surprised the blood hasn't run to your head.
Yeah, I'm really surprised, man.
Blood I didn't, knock out of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am surprised your punch didn't kill him.
If I was wearing the mask, probably
It
would
might
have.
as well have. God, my head hurts.
I'd say he hit you clean in the face.
Piccolo is just watching the group at this point. He's just watching, still arms folded.
Can I roll to have 723 like just stand on his own?
Yes.
Because he did get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah, by a Saiyan too, which like
Holy shit!
oh man.
What was
You know
it?
what? I'm gonna give you. Can you add an extra point to your Constitution stat?
Yes.
Oh wait, doesn't he need to Does he need to add experience to his character? Because didn't you upgrade our experience?
Yeah, I have to add 20. I forgot to do that. That's fine.
Oh, you actually get 120 because of the thugs.
Oh, okay, nice. I now have a Constitution of 14. That's still is that?
That
still
gives you a
+1?
nope. That is a +2.
Oh boy!
21.
Hell yeah!
So, despite being draped over Soulfire and feeling like he got hit by one truck and ran over by a completely separate truck, he is able to pry himself out of Soulfire's grip and do like a bit of a flip and land on the ground without much difficulty. He did feel a bit dizzy as he landed, but he regained his senses fairly quick, and to be honest, it was weird to him. He normally wouldn't have been able to do that. At least he doesn't think so.
Oh, okay. Where are we? What are we doing?
We are at the capsule court place.
Yeah, we're at Capsule Corp. We met Bulma. Oh, that's Piccolo. He's supposed to help us.
Yeah, he's a pickle.
Oh, it's
I'm not a pickle.
it's the
I
Just
hear
pickle.
I hear that enough from Pan.
you're fucking you're like the other guy there, Simbaso.
Yeah. He's an Namekian, just like me. Yeah. By the way, why are you here? Another Namekian? Like that? You're not supposed to be here. Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, look, I'm not really supposed to tell you, but yeah, I got sent back in time, and Piccolo rolled his eyes when he says this. Are you serious? Another one? Let me guess. Do you know Trunks? Yeah! Damn it! Why can't he ever keep that damn timeline straight? Okay, what is it this time? Androids? Again? I honestly don't know. Have you seen like a lady, blue skin, white hair? Well, I haven't seen a lady with that. I do know someone that fits that description.
I do too.
Actually,
it sounds like my grandma.
He is pretty flamboyant too. Maybe I should. Well, I don't even know how to get in touch with him. All right, look. I don't know why you're here, but I do see that at least you are affiliated with Red Ribbon, and he points to 723.
That's me.
I am also.
Now, just so we're clear, are you here to kill me?
I honestly have no idea. I was told to kill someone. I don't know if it was you. Someone who does the fly shooty stuff with the hands and like the giant energy whatever. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, I know a few people like that. Here, I'll just go over names. It's not him, but I'm just gonna say Yamcha. No,
No.
yeah, didn't think so.
Yo, man, what
Krillin,
about the big dude?
No.
Me?
yeah, Ten Shinhan,
No.
Is it me?
I mean,
Vegeta,
Probably not.
It's me.
familiar, but I don't think so.
Goku.
Yes, that's the person. That's the
It was
name.
me. He tried to kill me. He
Of
tried.
course, it's Goku.
He was
Okay,
told to kill me.
Why do you want to kill Goku?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know the guy. I don't know why I want to. I just know 21 wants to,
21.
and she gave me a freaky rifle and gauntlet to do so with.
Right. What gauntlet?
Oh, this thing.
As he shows the gauntlet, Piccolo's eyes widen. That can't be! He rushes over just to get a better look.
Hey,
This-
he ain't the only one with something cool.
Doesn't. And you're a Saiyan.
Yeah, I think I was kind of born like that, though.
Something is definitely wrong here. Do you know what this
Do you wanna see
gauntlet is?
No, but do you want to see the cool thing I have?
I don't know exactly, but she told me what it does.
Piccolo looks over at Zen just to see what he was referring to. Like what Zen has.
The mask.
As Zen pulls out the mask, Piccolo doesn't seem to know what it is. He raises an eye at it, just kind of gets a closer look, and he holds out a hand. And his eyes, as he holds out his hand near it, that is when his eyes widen and he backs away from it. I don't know what that is, but that is a lot of dark key.
He obviously knows how to
Do you
control
want to
it.
tell him what it is?
Yeah, it's a time breaker mask. I don't know if you've ever seen them. Probably not, since the timeline is relatively fine, I think. Ugh. Okay. We'll talk about that mask later. As for the gauntlet, that was used by 7-3, an android from space, and Moro, a goat wizard from space.
A whole lot of things seem to be coming from space recently.
Oh, you do not know the half of it.
You are correct. I don't even know the fourth of it.
And that specific goat wizard almost converged your entire planet. And that would have exploded, which would have taken the rest of the galaxy with it. Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
Well,
I'm just imagining, like, 723 just has, like, one eyebrow raised, just like,
yo, what up?
like, at this point, all of this information is just going in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. It's just like, at this point, he can't deny that it's not true, but at the same time...
Yeah, he's seen enough ridiculous shit so far that it's believable, but it's still fucking ridiculous to him.
Exactly.
Hey, can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Right.
Just making sure.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know how either of these things work. I'm not high rank. I'm not paid enough to know. So.
Gotcha.
Are you even paid
So
at
you're
all?
just one of their foot soldiers.
Oh yeah. The other guy who used this rifle, at least he got a stretcher on the way out. But he cooked.
And then Piccolo turns to look at Soulfire. Now, what
wait.
is your
question.
job? Oh, in-game or out of the
Yeah,
game?
I want to know to you. Did he
Okay.
ever get the armor fixed?
Not yet.
Alright.
Actually, that does give me an idea. Just hang on.
Cause I know I went to the adventure guide to fix it.
Yes. Something a bit different might happen here. Maybe.
No boy. But what was he asking Soulfire?
He was asking Soulfire what, like, his purpose in Red Ribbon is.
Well, between me and you, I honestly don't know. I was asked to join, I think, for some kind of science experiment, but that.
Okay.
I was sent with 723 though.
Let me just lay it out here.
Gavin disappeared.
No,
It was not Gavin, it was Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Well, I guess let's just wait a second. See See if Phoenix comes back.
Y'all, I can't wait till I get a new phone.
Because I don't want to skip this.
What about y'all? Y'all excited for me to get a new phone?
Yes.
Yeah, one that doesn't
Feedback?
that you don't
Yes.
have to like perform or break out the fucking incense just to get it to charge.
Yep.
No, literally, like,
Pray to the machine spirit.
I physically have to shut it completely off.
There we go.
Alright, guys. I got a call from PDC. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Don't ask. They were like,
Okay.
See,
so
okay.
what's the vaccine? I was like, I'm not 18. Don't ask.
Gotcha.
Anyways.
Alright. Yep, anyways. Okay. Let me lay this all down. Red Ribbon is not good. Their goal is to try to take over the world. They created Cell, who I'm sure you remember, he was going to destroy this entire planet.
It seems like he's the third in line so far.
Oh, that we won't get into that. And they made another Cell that also almost destroyed the planet. Luckily, me and Gohan were able to kill it. But Red Ribbon is not good. They never have been, especially from what Goku has told me. And yes, they do hate Goku, because Goku stopped them when he was very little from taking over the world.
You know, normally this would be about the point where I just up and execute you, but I don't know if I can. I mean, I don't know what this rifle can do, but the last time I tried to shoot one of you fly people with it, it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
But also, especially recently, I think I kind of see your point. Though I don't think they really care that much if I see your point, so I don't know. I don't really plan on killing Goku just because I don't know. They didn't really. I don't know. It's just they wanted me to kill some kid, and now some other random person that I don't know. I didn't sign up to be a headhunter.
Piccolo looked a bit surprised.
But
Well,
I'm not going to completely abandon them because I still like to get paid, and I've still got friends there.
And he still has kids to feed at home.
So if you can at least, I don't know, I'll find Goku and we'll stage something where this rifle fails again. Although I might not even have to stage something. Go for a headshot and just have him hold the bullet or whatever. I don't know.
okay. I have an idea.
Well,
If
there's nothing else like world ending that we need to deal with first, right?
not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'm going to take you to meet God.
Meet God.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. We talk to him a lot. I forget how that can weird people. Yes, I'm going to take you to meet God. I'm gonna roll to see if Simbaso knows who he's
knowing
talking
you,
about.
723. I'll see you on the other side.
No, it's not that way. Look, I'll show you.
Can I roll to see if I know?
Fucking
I don't think I
723's
would.
eyebrow is
I don't think I
lifting
would.
off of his face.
No, he wouldn't. Now Simbaso, his eyes widen. Wait, are you talking about Dende? Oh, so you know him. Yeah, talking about Dende. Don't worry, guys. Dende's cool. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, he's kind of God, but not. We'll show you.
There is only one God.
I wish.
Oh, there is.
And
His name is Poseidon.
Piccolo starts flying in the air. Now, who does 723 want to fly with?
Hey, Simbasso. You think you could take me up to God?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks.
Can I follow? Can Soulfire follow?
Oh yeah, I mean we're all gonna follow, unless one of you wants to stay behind.
Yeah, I think my guy would follow.
Okay. And with that, they all fly off into the sky as they follow Piccolo. And as they are flying, they realize, oh, he's not just kind of like flying up out of the city and then flying forward. No, he's flying up. He's flying up very high.
Hey, you don't think there's oxygen in space, do you?
Oh no, we're not going that high, unless they moved it. Oh, I hope they didn't move it.
Wouldn't it be a shame if you just fell 723?
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be a massive shame. I'd be upset.
Well, I mean, I'd catch you because I'm a good friend.
That's ominous.
As they keep flying up, they pass through some clouds, and sitting atop, above all of the clouds, off in the distance, was some sort of large platform. It appeared to be connected to something. Some long tower, but it was just some platform sitting above everything.
God?
The radar missed this.
Yeah, it's pretty high up, pretty hidden. This is the lookout.
Uh-huh.
I wonder
Yeah,
how come
it's pretty
planes
cool.
haven't hit it.
Right.
And as they... Oh, go ahead.
Is this where people are created?
Not... Here, yeah, Piccolo will show you. It's not quite like that.
Oh.
And as they continue following Piccolo and they get closer, they do see that, well, it appears to be populated. I mean, there are trees growing up here. There is some sort of, almost like a sanctuary like building sitting near the back of it. And as they get closer, I actually would like everyone to roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
Are you rolling for me?
Yes.
Okie
Okay,
dokie.
that was for Simbasso. And this is for Soulfire.
Fuck.
Ah. Soulfire did not get a good one.
Are you going to do any fighting?
Probably.
I guess
That's not
regardless,
something you want to hear on the journey to God's place.
Yeah, we're going our way to heaven and we have to fight.
We have to fight God.
That's the boss battle. That reminds me of the episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob and King Neptune have to make like 1,000 Krabby Patties. And like King Neptune makes them all with magic and SpongeBob only makes one.
As they approach the lookout and they get closer, Simbasso and 723, who are currently in the lead, obviously still behind Piccolo, they look closer just down at the actual platform below, and while they don't see anything too specific, they actually do see there is someone there. It appeared to be a humanoid figure, and they seemed to be wearing some sort of turban, almost similar to Piccolo's. They were also wearing a red jacket, and they had some white, very puffy pants. And they appeared to be watering the plants up there on the lookout.
Is that God?
No. I think he's called Mr. Popo.
Of course he is.
It's going to write me a ticket.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I've actually never met him before.
Yo, Popo!
As Soulfire yells that, Popo looks up at him, and they do get a better view of him. He has very long, pointed ears, and his skin is pitch black.
You're
He
terrifying.
does not appear to be human, though they're not exactly sure what he actually is.
What are you?
As they all land, Piccolo lands first. Hey, Popo. Yeah, we gotta see God. Oh, well, I'll see if I can get him. And that Mr. Popo turns and starts walking inside. Now does Soulfire want to ask him any questions before he goes inside?
What are you exactly?
Oh, well, I'm Mr. Popo.
Somehow I knew you were going to say that.
So did I. But what is your species? Like, are you like? Why are you black?
he, he just shrugs and continues walking inside. He walks into the building, and they're all just kind of standing there. Now, yeah, I really need to warn you, don't touch anything.
Got it.
I'll touch literally everything.
Did you listen? I know you are a Saiyan, but no offense.
I don't touch people's shit.
Good.
I was, raised properly, I think. So I was kind of, ejected from my planet.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that, but we'll wait until Dende comes
We're
out.
gonna not have to talk about that.
He probably stole from the government and got kicked out.
What? No, my planet died. My planet's boom.
Yeah, they did. They died a long time ago.
Oh,
Looks
the
like
new
we had a very
Halloween
good
takeover.
Now,
Who knew a trip to see God would be so depressing?
shortly after, Popo reemerges from the building, and following him is, well, To be honest, the others, except for Simbaso, were both like more surprised and also less surprised at what they saw. The person who left or who was coming out from the building was seemingly another Namekian. However, unlike Simbaso and Piccolo, he was a lot more slender. He honestly didn't look like he had any muscle at all. He also did seem to be a bit younger, or at least a bit younger than Piccolo. Possibly not Simbaso, but to be honest, they could have seen him as a completely different species if it wasn't for, well, the antenna and the obvious green skin. He was also wearing a very long robe, mainly white and purple colors.
Wow. Are you my creator?
I don't think so.
Oh, you seem like somebody who would create.
Well, I created Shenron and the new Dragon Balls, if that's what you mean.
Isn't there 7 of them?
Yes.
Where can I find these 7 balls?
Well, I believe Capsule Corporation has most of them at the moment.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, hey Dende. Or wait, you probably don't know me yet. My name's Simbaso. I'm another Namekian. I'm actually a pretty big fan. It's very cool to meet you. For the first time, unless I was in this time before. He looked very awkward.
Hey, kitty.
Oh, fucking god.
Cat.
I don't think
Yes?
it was
Not
fucked
you.
up.
Son of a bitch. Not you.
You don't call
just-
God that.
This is. Wow, so you're God.
Yes, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah, this.
I am God. My job is to preside over the planet Earth.
Well, that's convenient.
Did you create it?
No.
Well, who made it? I told you there was
So-
only one God.
Is there more? You know what?
Yeah.
Don't. You know what? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. I'm sure I'll figure out later whether I like it or not.
Which one should I work with?
Piccolo looked at Dende. Look, Dende. These guys showed up at Capsule Corp. Boma called me. I don't know their full story or their full situations. This one says that he came back in time. That one has weaponry from 7-3 and when Moro attacked. And that one has some sort of mask that is full of Darky. I don't know if it's somehow connected from possibly when Demon King Piccolo was around or something else. If it's connected to the Majins, I'm not sure. So I was hoping maybe you and Mr. Popo could take a look at it. Well, of course, Piccolo. We'll certainly try.
Mr. Popo.
They get closer to the group. May I see that weapon and that mask?
No, mine.
Sure. Just don't break it.
Oh, I promise I won't. And he hands over the gauntlet, and Dende looks over it. Yes, it does appear to be almost an exact replica, but... Well, Who could have designed something like this?
Probably 21.
21?
Scientist.
Yeah, she's I think one of the head scientists at the Red Ribbon base.
They got a new one?
New one? Did they have an old one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened?
Dr. Hedo was their old one, but, well, we got him to see why he shouldn't work there anymore.
I'd tell you where it is, but I want to keep my job.
I'll tell you where it's at. It's somewhere in a mountain.
You suck so much.
Oh, it's quite alright. I already knew where it was.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say specifically what mountain. I just said it's somewhere.
Well, I should have
around the
figured
mountain.
God would know where it is.
Well, I didn't until Piccolo told me.
Oh.
Then how did Piccolo know?
Yeah.
That, considering that he's still somewhat loyal to Red Ribbon, I don't think I should tell. Look. This 21. Can you give us a bit more information about her?
I think it's like that cell.
Not much. She's a bit secretive, kind of on the
DL.
maniacally evil and antisocial side. I
She's
mean,
always typing.
you know, maybe not maniacally evil, but there's definitely some screws loose. She's a human as far as I'm aware.
And Mr. Popo seemed to be thinking, could it be that they had a spare android? But that's impossible. Maybe not. You remember Giroux's secret lab, right? He might have hidden another one. We just didn't find it.
Oh, hold on. You're talking about, like, one of the ones that almost ended the world multiple times, right?
That's right.
That sucks.
A little bit, don't you think?
And
Okay.
Basso was thinking as well. Could it be... Could this be the one I'm looking for? She might be behind this.
21?
Why don't you just ask God where the person is you're looking for?
Oh, right. Dende. I'm looking for a demon. A demon. But all of the demons have been sealed away. No. Their seal broke. They've been trying to mess with time. There's one in particular. One named Toa. A scientist. She's been using various magic experiments to try to mess with the timeline in order to fully break the seal to the demon realm. And I need to find her. She's got blue skin, white hair. You honestly can't miss her. Well, I can't say that I saw her exactly, but there was a strange source of energy that I saw. It was down there, and as he points, an odd sensation befalls the group, and they feel like they can all see exactly where Dende is pointing.
Can I do
He's
perception?
point. It's not really necessary. I
Oh,
mean, he's
okay.
God. He's showing it to us. As
Okay.
he points down to the spot below, it was the spot right outside the destroyed burger place. The spot where Simbasso showed up.
Is it
Oh.
you you're seeking for, Simbasso?
Yeah, that was where I showed up. Yes, there was a temporal disturbance, but there was something else before that. There was some dark energy, dark key. But it was only for a fraction of a second. I wasn't sure if that was part of the temporal disturbance or what it could have been. I didn't pay it too much mind, but if you say a demon is on the loose, then that could be what you're looking for.
I mean, didn't you know there was a demon on the loose? Aren't you God?
It doesn't quite work like that.
I don't know if I'm a believer. I'm just joking.
And Dende turns to Zen. Could I please see that mask?
I guess.
Zen hands it out, and as Dende touches it, Zen can see the red electrical sparks starting to flow through Dende's arm. And as they go into his antenna, he drops the mask. That dark key, it's the exact same. This Toa you're looking for. She must have created that mask. So, she is behind that. But why? All of the other time breakers with these... Everyone else that has worn these masks has been under some sort of mind control. But it was only when they had the masks on. But Zen has been completely fine, as far as I can tell. Perhaps... Well, I'm not sure.
Hey, Zen, didn't you say you were researching something?
Sure. Nice stuff.
Did what you were researching, you think it had anything to do with that mask?
Would he
Could
know?
I have you roll for that?
Yes. I like how those are like a very depressed. Yeah.
Hey, while he's rolling, Corey, can I ask you a question?
You want me?
Sure.
Do you want me to roll?
Yes, please.
My
So-
God.
Do
Yeah, I'm looking at stats. Where? Oh, that's right. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to put food in that container, you can.
All right. What was it, Jacob?
I freaking forgot. It was really important. It was about the game, but
Did it have to do with God?
yeah, I was going to ask you if he's supposed to be God. Why doesn't he know this information?
I imagine that's the joke.
So there are multiple gods in Dragon Ball. This god is not the god that created everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
but do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think God can tell me where my master is?
Are you asking me?
could just ask God.
Yeah, you could just ask him. I mean, probably considering he could pinpoint where Simbaso was, and it's been like, it's been at least a couple hours since then. I'm pretty sure he could probably do it.
I forgot his name now.
Moostar.
Moostar.
If it helps you remember, it's supposed to be a pun on mustard, because Dragon Ball names are food puns.
Except for the ones that are instruments.
Yes, except for the ones that are instruments.
Except for Saltfire,
Or
that's not a
colors.
food. That's not a food
Or,
item.
yeah, or colors.
Or numbers.
I get, well, I wouldn't consider alcohol food, but the
Drink.
angels are all based off of alcohol.
Of course they are.
All
Is
right.
one of them called Jin?
So, God, would you rather be called God or Denny?
I don't know. Denny.
Or whatever. What's his name?
His real name is Dende.
Oh, Dende.
I like the idea that he just calls him Denny.
Oh, like the restaurant.
Yeah.
That fucking
So-
place.
Except,
Denny.
there's not multiple Denny's. It's just Denny.
Denny. My favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
Wendy.
Oh yeah, I know God. Yeah, his name's Denny.
That's my favorite restaurant chain, McDonald.
There's actually a teacher at the blind school named McDonald. Mr. and Mrs. McDonald. They're old now, but... So, Denny, do you think you can help me find my Master Moostar?
I suppose so. He seemed like he could tell that he got his name wrong, but he didn't bring it up. He closes his eyes and he does try to pinpoint where this Master Moostar is. Oh. He's the one who's starting that new martial arts school.
Yes.
Yes, I've pinpointed him.
Where's he located?
He's currently down there, and he points off toward the left. As we peer through, Soulfire can see Moostar, who looks saddened. He looks to be going through some sort of forest and closing his eyes, seeing like he's trying to sense some ki. And after that's done, he starts yelling out, Soulfire! Soulfire, where are you?
Can Soulfire try to fly to him?
You can. It's gonna take you a while because you're super high up.
Oh. Well, at least he knows he's in the forest. Donde está? Do you think there's a way for me to communicate with him?
Well...
Wait, do you not have a phone?
I mean, is there phones in this time?
Yes. Yeah. Piccolo takes out his. Here,
Okay.
you can use mine. I'm not good with it anyway.
I missed out. I accidentally turned off my phone.
Piccolo has one and he pulled it out. It's a smartphone.
Oh, cool. Can I? Yeah, let me just try to call him.
As he dials the number and he holds it up to his ear, all he hears is boop boop as he looks at the phone. No service.
You idiot! You have no service.
I never had to use it before.
So why have it?
You know what? Can I have 723 do like the pocket pat to see if he has his phone?
Yeah.
Roll to see if he forgot it at the base.
Sure. Wait a minute. I have another. Okay, I'll wait for you to do this, but I have a funny thing for Zen to do.
Oh my god.
Oh, 17.
What am I doing?
I guess he found his phone.
Yes, he did. He found his phone. Now, I do just want to communicate what was happening with Zen. As Zen was trying to think back to what he was researching, a memory flashes through his mind. And it is back when he was really, really short. But he did actually...
Like yesterday.
Yes, which was yesterday. He did find... Or it wasn't something he found. A group of Saiyans that were out, of course, taking over a planet to be sold by Frieza. They had brought back some sort of mysterious gemstone. And Zen was the one who was tasked with studying it. Zen, of course, being a child prodigy when it came to research and development. As Zen was trying to research this crystal, it appeared that it had properties of ki, just like what, well, any Saiyan could use. However, this ki was not only incredibly powerful, but it did appear to have some sort of strange ability to bring out certain emotional responses, mainly ones of anger. And that is currently all he can remember.
What?
Now, as 723 pulls out his phone, and he tries to look, or he tries to check it as well, just like with Piccolo's phone, it said, no service.
God, why is there no service up
Yes.
here?
I don't need a phone.
Is there a way you can conjure one up? I'd like to speak to Master Sufar.
Unfortunately not, though we can make some clothes for you.
Clothes?
This is what I was talking about, Phoenix.
Oh god.
Yes, we can create some clothes for you if you need something better suited for combat. I assume your quest to stop Toa and presumably 21 will require some fighting, so...
Actually, I have something that you could hopefully maybe improve on.
Oh, of course!
Can I take off the sand armor?
Yes. Oh, Saiyan armor. He holds on to it. Oh, I can see why you need this upgraded. Give me just a moment. And he starts going back into the building.
God, I feel naked.
He's wearing like a tank top underneath.
Bro, put some underwear on. Here, you need a pair? You need a pair? I just feel like Soulfire, just like morphed into underwear.
Oh, no. I don't even want to think about how that will work.
I don't even want to know.
Also, is there any way Soulfire can get his armor upgraded, or am I not with Zen?
Well, yeah, we're all up here on the lookout by Mr. Popo and God.
I want to see if he'll upgrade mine.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Popo was actually eyeing the group. No, I do not wish to offend, but I can feel the power from all of you, and, well, it truly does not seem to be up to snuff.
I mean, I
Considering,
passed basic, man. Like,
I
considering,
was in training.
I came from a drop pod like a few days ago and have had no time to train or do anything. What the
I was-
fuck do you expect?
like
Well-
I feel pretty good about my strength. There are some people that don't make it through the academy.
Yeah, I mean, I am a time patroller. We did have to go through some basic training.
I mean,
That
I
is
was in
I
training.
like how we all immediately go on the defensive.
yes,
there.
exactly. Like, hey, man.
I was in training before I joined this crew.
Well, that is exactly my point. You see, while I haven't done it much recently, I am actually quite proficient in martial arts and training. I could give you some training to assist you with your upcoming battles, if you so wish.
What do you guys think? I'm okay with it, but I'll feel bad for portraying Master Stew Fry.
I
What?
mean,
Or Moose Star. Sorry, I was thinking about Stir Fry.
I
been-
think it would be funny if that's just a running gag that he just gets
not
people's
good
names
with
wrong.
names. Yeah, he's just
Uh,
not good with names. But I want him, like, I'm trying to play him better than my previous character, so
I still think you are playing him better. It's just,
he's just terrible with names.
yeah.
You know what? I told the sergeant I was gonna hit the gym a couple times this week, and I haven't done that yet. So sure.
I mean, I got a gym, I got a whole gym right here in my capsule. Would you like to use it?
No, I'm good.
I'm fine.
I'll just
Well,
train with this guy.
I guess I can, give it a shot.
Yeah, same here, I guess. I don't know.
Splendid. Now he goes over to the plants that he had been watering, and he plucks out one of the flowers that was growing along the grass, and
You're supposed to do that.
he walks over, holding the flower in between his fingers. Now I would like you all to try and get this flower from between my fingers.
You got to roll for that.
Should we roll initiative?
Yes.
Okay. Let someone else. And I'll roll.
Mm.
Wow.
Okay, here. Yeah, let me roll for.
Watch it be a 17.
Ah, damn. Okay,
Who was that one for?
it was for you.
11.
Well,
So
it's
so Gavin, then
initiative.
me, then you, then Jacob.
Yep. All right. So first up, 723.
Okay.
We got to roll again for these.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay.
As he tries to lunge at Mr. Popo, he can feel a
Give him
strain on his body. As soon as he starts to leap, it feels like a weight is being pressed, not just specifically on his body, but especially on his lungs. It is very apparent that they are incredibly high up, and the atmosphere is very thin up here. He does not even get close to Mr. Popo as he begins to stumble, and Popo leaps back a bit, still holding the flower and still in the same pose.
Yeah. The hit to the head might have done a number on me. That and the lack of air.
Now it is Zen's turn.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Damn.
Damn. Zen, leaping at very high speeds, was chasing Mr. Popo. Mr. Popo did have to actually increase his speed and start actually trying. They could tell that Zen was keeping up with him very easily. Mr. Popo did do some fancy maneuvers, though, to prevent Zen from swiping the flower. Particularly when Zen got close, he would spin around in the air, making it so that Zen could not grab onto the flower. Now, Zen is still chasing Mr. Popo. But I'm going to have Simbasso roll now. Damn.
I don't understand how it goes from a 19 to a 3.
It's the dice.
Yep. It's the
Name of the game.
Yeah, name of the game, luck of the roll.
I went from 14 to 15 to 16 to 11, then 7 to 19 and 3.
Yeah. As Simbasso tries to keep up, he's looking for an opening, and he tries to stretch his arm out to grasp onto the flower. But it does not work, and it actually trips up Zen, causing Zen to fall on the ground. Oh, sorry. Now,
Jacob can get it.
it is Soulfire's turn.
I guess not.
Damn. Alright, well, I guess...
Are we fighting anytime tonight?
I mean, technically this is a fight. We rolled for initiative.
Inspiration.
Alright.
No, that was much better.
Nope. Soulfire tries to dash after Popo, but this guy is fast. He seems to be even better than Moostar, which makes him feel even worse for Moostar, because now he's thinking like, man, now I don't really have much of a reason to train with him. I can train up here with God and whoever Mr. Popo is. But so far, none of them are able. None of them seem to be able to get that flower, though Zen was incredibly close. As 723 is catching his breath, would you like to try to chase after Popo or do a different approach? Evan?
Do a different approach.
Okay.
And I have one idea for what that approach could be.
Okay.
You try to shoot the flower.
Okay, yeah, let's give it a shot. Literally.
Shoots Popo.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yep. Inspiration time.
Oh.
There. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And I have a +3 dexterity too.
You do. Instead of trying to chase Popo, yeah, sure, he could try to chase, but let's be honest, he is still just a human. And Popo didn't say exactly how they have to get that flower. So, he pulls out his rifle and he takes aim. Just like with everything else he's fired at, the lock-on mechanism actually works, but he releases his finger from the trigger in order to deactivate that. He knows that he's trying to train. That's the whole point of this. Relying on that lock-on isn't going to help him get better at aiming. With that, he waits until Popo stops moving, and aims. However, Popo begins to leap around. He knows that he only has one shot. And as he aims, he trains with his eye until he thinks he finds the exact spot. He fires. As the bullet flies through the air, they see as the petals from the flower fly. He did it!
That's the first one. My turn. I'm confident enough. I believe I can do it.
Oh God. I'm gonna
Hey.
sit down
7.3.
Now,
and maybe lay down.
I would like you to add a +1 to your dexterity, and I would also like you to do that as well, Phoenix.
Can I borrow your rifle?
Dexterity,
7.3.
Yes. So your dexterity is now a 13. It's still just a +1 for now, but next time it will go up to a +2. And then, Gavin, your dexterity is a 17.
So mine would be a 13 now,
Man.
right?
Could
Yes,
Soulfire
that's correct.
also go at it as a different approach?
Well, the flower's gone. Like, it got shot through.
Oh, he didn't want to get another one? Like, he didn't...
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Popo only got one flower and said that the current test was to try to get it.
You know what? Can 723 like walk up and pick up one of the petals?
Yes.
I got it.
Popo,
Now I'm gonna take a nap.
Popo smiles. Very good. Though, there's a lot more to do than just that. But I do believe that we have deserved a break. And he walks into the building, and after only a couple seconds, he comes out with trays of, well, it looks like tea.
Oh boy, do we get some crumpets?
Unfortunately not, though I am a bit of a baker myself. I had made these cakes. And he has very small cakes that appear to only have some icing on them to go along with the tea.
Soulfire wants to take one.
Would he like to just eat it, or do you want to like dip it in the tea or something?
He wants to like kind of look at him like, may I? And then dip it in the tea, and then...
So he dips it in the tea and he takes a bite. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Like, yeah, it's not amazing or anything. Popo isn't the best like baker ever. It's definitely not the best cake that Soulfire had ever had, but for just like a small snack thing, like yeah, no, it was actually pretty good. I'll take one of those. Sabasa took one and started eating it as well. And as they all were eating, Piccolo had been watching just from the side, just observing them.
Can Zen just kind of like sit on the edge of the lookout?
Yes.
Can Soulfire take one to Piccolo?
Yes, he can.
Okay. Here you go, Piccolo.
I don't think Zen wants this.
Sorry, He was about to say something, but he does pick up the teacup and he takes a sip.
I don't think Zen wants his.
You want to have Zen drop it off the lookout?
No, Zen just didn't take it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like he should have picked it up and dropped it off the lookout.
Just imagining like this like teacup and this cake falling down at terminal velocity.
Enough to murder someone right there.
No, freaking Moose Star walks through there and freaking hits him right on the head. Oh, the master!
Oh no, we killed him.
How will we ever know where I got this capsule?
We already found Capsule Corp, idiot.
Oh, right. Wait, why am I looking for him?
Because he's your master and you're worried about him?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And Simbaso is also just drinking the tea since he can't actually eat the cake.
Why can't you eat the cake?
Well, we're Namekians. We can't actually eat like food. We can only have liquids.
Well, you'd think God would know that.
He's not. That's Popo. That's not. It's not Dende. Dende's God.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, he's just a popo. He's just Mr. Poo Poo.
Have some of that tea.
Well, of course. And he hands a teacup over to 723.
Wait, did Soulfire even
Thanks.
pick up his teacup, or did he just dip the cake in it and just leave the cup?
I mean, I would imagine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry about the flower.
No problem at all. Well, in a manner of speaking, passed my test.
I'm just imagining 723 just holds up the single petal. I got part of it.
Also, hello, Michaela.
Hey.
We are still playing the game. So it's kind of an awkward time for your character to show up, but she can in just a second if you would like her to.
Are we still playing?
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're still playing. Huh?
Okay, I'm gonna take a break and then my character will come back in.
Okay. So
Oh hey,
723 takes a sip and it's actually pretty good tea. It's definitely just like some herbal tea, but it seems like there was some extra flavoring mixed in there. He can't quite tell what it is, but it's pretty good for, just like some random tea he got. Though, considering he is currently at God's house, he kind of expected it to be a bit better. He'd rate this maybe like a 7 out of 10.
Hi, Mr. Poo Poo. What is
bad.
it?
What's
It's
it?
pretty good.
Oh, why? That is my own lilac herbal tea, made by the lilacs that specifically grow up here.
Well, how amazing.
Yeah, it actually is pretty good.
I think it's better than coffee.
What the hell is coffee?
You don't know
Oh
what...
yeah. You'll learn.
Is that that weird black stuff I keep hearing people drink, or is that?
You
Sometimes
literally
it's-
went and drank coffee the other day.
Sometimes it's black, sometimes it's brown, sometimes it's
Sometimes it's white because of the
Yeah.
cream.
Well, no,
Some
I went
people
to a
just
coffee place and just
put a
got
bunch
like
of milk
tea.
in there, like they're British or something.
Maybe you're British or something.
Nah.
You
I
sure?
took an ancestry test.
At Ancestry.com.
I
Do a
mean,
fucking ad.
Man, could you imagine? Okay, could you imagine Hunter getting like over 30,000 getting sponsored by freaking Ancestry.com? That would have been
Man,
perfect.
we're gonna get we'd get sponsored by one of those like athletic drink things, and then we'd have to take a video of one of us pretending to enjoy
No,
drinking them, and
no,
very
I
like
imagine,
and being athletic with it.
no,
yeah,
I
like
imagine.
we very clearly absolutely hate how it tastes and are trying to like hold back vomit, but we still have to sit there and like be like, yep, it's delicious and
No.
healthy.
No,
Yeah,
I just
delicious
imagine.
and healthy. I've been having one every day before going on a run.
Nah, man,
Yep,
I
every
imagine.
day
I'm
for the
having
for
Here's
the
how I
past
imagine it,
week.
right? Here's how I picture it. We're gonna get a sponsor by an energy drink, and like
Oh,
we're gonna have
G
we're gonna
Fuel.
have to find a way to implement it into D&D for one of our characters to drink it and be like, oh,
And you can be like
video was
them.
sponsored.
You can get a +2 stat increase too when you drink G Fuel.
Ender, you'll never believe it. I found it. Dragon Fuel.
Dragon Fuel. I was just gonna call it like Cherry Dragon or something.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, we have to fight the
but
monster.
Gander, that's
the
not all.
monster.
You need to tell the ethereal spirits about the sweet deal that they can get on an entire order of G Fuel if they use the code in this scroll that I found on the ground. Inconspicuous.
This will
And
make saving the future much easier.
Yeah,
Or
and it's
not like
significantly better for you than drinking alcohol. Now,
no.
if you'll excuse me,
Here's another
I gotta
one.
go
Right?
drink some
I'm
alcohol.
about to drink
Right.
both G Fuel and alcohol and completely fucking annihilate my second liver.
Or one of the boss battles can be Red Bull, and at the end of the boss battle, you go, "Hey, gave me wings."
It's a good thing I have 3.
It's
You
a
know,
good thing I
Three
at least
hardest
have a few
working
thousand.
livers in the
Hey,
entire realm.
also, did you know that Red Bull fighting that Red Bull gave me wings?
I now I want that to be canon. Just that Dacius has 3 livers, and that's how he's been able to drink so much.
God, it's just like Richard from Richard and Mortimer.
Anyways,
Good old
Sponsors would
days
be
that never
fun.
were.
My favorite show from the Adult Swim television network is Richard and Mortimer.
Mine's the gay family. This
now,
Anyways.
is brought to you by Family
yes. Anyways, now that they're relaxing, drinking their tea, I guess the only one who's actually eating the cake is Soulfire because Simbasso can't eat. Zen's just peering down through the clouds and just looking down at everything below. It does bring back another memory of him just flying over planet Vegeta. It's strange. He never thought he'd actually miss that place. I mean, yeah, of course it was home, but that's all it really was. He didn't really know anyone on the planet. As soon as he was born and, well, had any sort of cognitive thought, they found out he was a prodigy and sent him to work in the labs. He never even really got to know his parents. But still, looking down at this world, it does make him miss Planet Vegeta, at least just a little bit. And as he's staring down, he can see something coming. Would you like to try to use your scouter?
Yeah.
Okay, can you roll for that, please? As he tries to use his scouter to scan, he does read a power level. At least he thinks. Oh, well, damn. I was literally just about to introduce Michaela's character. Well, shit.
She'll probably be back.
Well, hang on. I gotta come up. I gotta change gears here.
Maybe he was just touching, or maybe he just didn't see anything.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
He's
It was
just in
the
his head
scouter
right now.
messing up. Yep. After Piccolo finished his tea, he did place it on a tray for Mr. Popo, and he walked over to the others. I don't know exactly what this threat you're all trying to fight is all about. I don't know how powerful 21 or Toa are, or anything like that. But if we're going to fight it, since unfortunately Goku, Vegeta are not available right now, and Gohan is busy. He looked very annoyed as he said that. We're going to have to whip you all into shape. Popo, your test was a decent start. But you will need to be versed in actual, true combat. And I'm going to be the one to show you.
Dead. Neither.
Simbaso looks excited. Wait, you mean I get to train with you, the Piccolo? All right, relax. I still don't even really know you. Oh, right. Sorry.
I'm guessing you're some kind of big person around here then. For him to know
Well,
you.
big is a big word for it, but I suppose
What
helped.
does big mean here, really?
Means big friendly giant.
Like,
Well, if it
between-
helps, I used to be God.
Michaela's back.
You know, not really, actually. It doesn't really make things any clearer, I'm gonna be honest. But that's fine.
Michaela came
I
back.
have helped say yes, I see. I have helped save the planet numerous times.
Okay. I'll
Along
take
with
your word for it.
yes. So I am perfect to train, and before he could finish, now is where Zen, while still peering down off of the lookout, has a clearer picture of the thing that is currently approaching.
Oh god, time to kill another thing.
It looks like some sort of lizard? Kind of hard to tell, but it is speeding up toward the group. Now, what does Zen want to do? And yes, Michaela, this is Tallulah. Also, what would Tallulah like to do? Well, she is currently, just for context, you are currently flying up to where God lives.
Like, what do we do? Like, are we just meeting him, or?
So, our group has just met him. Your task, what Tallulah was told to do, is you were told to go after our characters, like our group of characters, and just check on what they're actually doing. That is your current job. Now, as for what you actually do here, that's up to you. But your goal is to just find our characters and just check up on what we're doing.
You get like a blast ready.
Yes.
Uh-oh. I don't like this.
Zen readies a key blast at the approaching figure. Now, how would you like to respond to that, Michaela? A key
Okay.
blast is like a ball of energy.
And like it went off.
It's currently in his hand. He's like ready to throw it at you.
You can either dodge it or you can try to strike back.
I'll probably like breathe fire at him.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, let's. Ooh, we're about to have a beam struggle here.
Oh man,
Okay,
it's just like Star Wars. Star
I
War.
I will need you to roll. Phoenix. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
You
Oh,
have
no.
inspiration. You can re-roll if you want. Just one more time, though. I would
All
recommend
right.
it.
Phoenix, roll. Or did you? Or is that 8 you rolled?
I would recommend
All right.
using inspiration.
Good night.
You rolled a 2.
Wait, when did you roll an 8?
I don't know. It says you rolled an 8.
I don't remember. I don't remember
Okay,
rolling
well,
an 8.
you can roll again. It's fine. I don't remember. Oh, that was for the perception check. Okay, yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
He doesn't want to fire it.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, so what happened?
Okay. So you can fire the key blast, but
What
okay,
happened?
here's how we can prevent any damage.
Well, no, like what happened? I had to do some stuff, and I didn't hear what happened.
Okay, so currently, Michaela's character, Tallulah, we're to Zen, it's just a weird lizard thing, is currently flying up to the lookout. Now, you readied the key blast in your hand, and she was trying to respond to that by shooting fire at him. So you rolled that nat 20 to fire your key blast, which at this point you would obviously win unless Michaela wants to use her inspiration to reroll.
I mean, even then, he rolled a nat 20. You can't really get no higher than that.
Yeah.
That means she could roll a 22 and then, like, have a modifier.
If she actively like shooting the fire, or is it just charged up?
You rolled a
Michaela,
2, so I don't
Yeah.
were you? Was she actually firing it? Like, is she currently trying to shoot it out of her mouth at him?
Or is it charged?
Okay, which way would be better? Like,
You might want to just have it charged, or else
Yeah,
you're probably going to die.
Yeah. I would just.
okay, so that one.
Okay, so it's just charged.
Well, okay, not okay. There is a way you could survive it if you did just shoot it out, but you would have to roll a second time to see if this would work.
He doesn't want to shoot it.
Well, what I was also going to suggest is he can shoot it, but it's only to stop the fire from actually hurting him. Like, it's just to blast the fire away.
Yeah. Might like knock her down a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Might drop like 2 feet.
exactly. Like, not actually do any real damage, but just make her attack go away. So is that what you would like to do?
Yeah.
Okay. As Tallulah sees the key blast, she opens her mouth and flame starts to shoot out. Zen does not know who or what this thing is, does not know their allegiance or anything like that. Could be someone who knows God. He doesn't know. So instead of just straight up vaporizing, like he normally would, he uses the key blast and fires it down at the flame to destroy it. It completely destroys her fire. But the blast does not actually harm her. The force pushes her down a little bit. And it does stop her from, like, flying up anymore. But it did not actually do any damage.
Hey, I will be back. I'm gonna go rinse my eye out. I just sprayed
Hey,
it
I'm
with
back.
cologne by accident.
Good lord, Jake.
Alright. Now that she has been not attacked, but stopped, how would you like to respond? You are currently looking at a blonde monkey man that does not have a shirt on, sitting on top of where God lives. Now, you do not know this is where God lives. All you know is that this is a monkey man that you are supposed to find.
Hmm. So I guess like continue fighting if I'm supposed to find him.
I mean, you're only supposed to find him, so if you want to keep fighting, you can. But you could also just...
Can Zen just like like crawl off a little bit and like go like face to face.
Yeah. So Zen
Yeah.
steps off of the side of the lookout and descends, meeting the creature face to face, and he gets a much better look at her. She has a humanoid build. However, her body is completely covered in scales. She has a tail, and she does have 2 large horns sticking from her forehead.
Aha.
But her face resembles that of a human.
Oh, okay. Didn't mean to startle you.
How would Tallulah like to respond?
Hmm.
How would she like to respond?
I've returned.
Good.
You're fine.
Good lord.
She probably just looks at him.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Tallulah seems to be looking Zen over. Currently, through her view, through her eyes, she's just trying to scan him and see if she is what she's looking for, who she is looking for. Well, her directory is currently looking for a soldier known as 723, which it's not him. A cat man known as Soulfire, not him. And that is priority 1. Priority 2, on the other hand, is to find these monkey men, which through her database are called Saiyans. And as she is looking at Zen, it does come up with, yes, this is who she is looking for. At least one of the beings she is looking for.
Alright, stop staring at me. What you want? I'm up here to see God. I don't want to be disturbed. Disturb me, I might charge up that blast again.
How does she respond?
Okay, so like, so they don't know that I'm on the evil side, I don't think, right?
No, none of us know who your character is.
So if I wanted to, like, I could act like I'm from the other side or something. I don't know.
I
To
mean,
like try to.
yeah, like you could just have her like do it's like a gesture, like she could put up her hands to show like she doesn't mean any harm, or something, peace sign. I don't know.
Or she could speak to
However
him.
you feel like she should act or what she should do.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna have her do that just to act like she's not meaning any harm and stuff. So
Okay. She raises up her hands. She starts kind of just waving them a bit frantically, just trying to communicate. No, she's not a threat. She doesn't mean any harm.
I really don't trust you. Also, the others you're probably looking for, that soldier man and the cat thing, I think they're still down there somewhere.
Now, I would like Zen to do a perception check real quick.
What did I miss? My phone turned off again.
Damn.
Wow.
Well,
Two
Phoenix
nat
got
20s in
two
a
nat
row!
20s in a row. Avery is in love with you tonight.
I don't know.
Who got 2 nat 20s?
Phoenix.
Damn, my guy.
Yeah.
I guess Avery fell in love with you instead of me.
Yep.
She dumped me. She said, bye, bitch.
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
Tomorrow it'll be a different story.
Probably.
It'll be a different story.
Avery's,
Sure about that.
I'm not gonna say that yet, but I'll say it at the end of the session. There it is, probably really close to the end of the session.
I mean, I told her she had her period and she gave me a nat 20. So, I mean, you can insult her and probably get a nat 20.
That hasn't been tested yet, not truly, so we'll see.
I'm 1%, so if my phone dies, that's where I disappeared to.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're almost done, don't worry. As Zen takes a closer look at Tallulah, something that he definitely noted when he was at the base was that Red Ribbon always have that insignia on them. Every time any member of Red Ribbon has that RR insignia. But this being does not have that insignia anywhere. However, something that he also notes here is when she was approaching, his scouter couldn't really pick up anything. Not anything concrete. Sort of like Gamma. Could she possibly be another one of Dr. Hedo's creation?
What the fuck are you?
You know, I find it funny just because because of how things are going, I imagine that she doesn't talk or she chooses not to talk. So I imagine she pantomimes everything out, which I don't know why I find that funny. I just I just imagine she's very expressive. This dragon creature. But how does she want to respond to that?
Maybe she just looks confused.
Cocks her head.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can't trust you. Yeah, attack me again. I'm going to incinerate you.
Would you like to do anything more with Zen, or go up to the rest of the lookout to see if you can find the others?
Go up to the thing.
As she flies above Zen, she sees the lookout and she can see the others up here. She sees two of the targets she was looking for, 723 as well as Soulfire. However, she sees a few other figures that she does not recognize who are not in her database. Two green slug people that kinda resemble her a little bit. I mean, both kind of green, so there's that. But she also sees the strange turban wearing black creature there, which that is Mr. Popo, but she does not know who that is. And as the various readings are coming up on just through her vision, it does come up with 723, Soulfire, and then Zen. And as the three images connect in her head, a message appears through her vision that says, "Mission complete." You see, her true mission was that 21 had asked her to make sure that 723 and Soulfire were not hiding anything from her, especially regarding the Saiyan that landed, and it just confirmed for her that they have. They were hiding the Saiyan from 21. And that is where we end tonight's session because Jacob is